All right, yo, what's good, everybody? It is your boy Fresco of House Fresh, first of his goddamn name, King of the Andals, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. Damn, what the rest of this shit is? Because I really forgot. You know what? Fuck it. You can follow me on Twitter at Fresco Ben Famous. It's BIN Famous, and on Instagram at Fresco Fame. I'm slipping out here.
And it's your boy Flaw 700, aka Flaw Claw Van Dam. Even I messed up.
Damn, look at that. You nervous. I'm rusty.
And it's your boy, Flaw 700, a.k.a.
Flaw Cigar.
Flaw Cigar.
Oh! Look, you slipping.
Nah, bro. You messing up. You really messing up.
Ain't the bird sound at the Flaw Cigar?
I didn't go a.k.a. yet.
Yes, you did.
Start over.
Go ahead.
And it's your boy, Flaw 700, a.k.a. Flaw Claw Van Dam, a.k.a. Flaw Cigar.
Oh! There you go. There you go.
And we are the Podcast Brothers, and this is episode 123.
Episode 123. I've been missing the last 2 weeks, but I'm back. I'm back.
I'm going to let you talk your talk. You got something to say? You've been missing for 2 weeks.
I got a lot of stuff to say, but I'm going to wait until we start actually the show.
Okay. We actually have a different show going on this week, man. 123 episodes in. This is the first of its kind. We have a round table, an open table, a round table discussion.
Let me get some of this on my
love,
Instagram.
about life. It's going to be centered around Valentine's Day. So with that being said, I want to introduce the guests that we have. So Ebony.
Yo.
What's going on?
Not much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate you wanting to do this with us. This was something that you hit me up a while ago about this idea, and I was like, I like it, but
how we going to do
how
it?
How we going to pull this off? Because I like to keep things simple. Mm-hmm. It leads to less mishaps. Mm-hmm. If you say, hey, I got 30 people coming and 5 show up, you're like, okay, what we
right. And we done overplanned and shit.
Absolutely.
So we're not in Starbucks downtown. Something happened, so we had to relocate.
Shout out to Starbucks, though. They've been holding us down.
So with that being said, we actually have 4 other people in the building with us, and I want them to introduce themselves. Starting with ladies first.
You going to get the mic, so it's going to come to you either way. You trying to dodge it and shit, like you're not going to get it. You might as well go first.
Hello, Podcast Brother family. I am Brittney. I am a part of Everyday Melanin Magazine every day.
There we go.
I am the hair guru of the crew. I'm Brittney. Hey, world.
You sure you ain't write that down? For somebody who ain't want to talk, you were pretty prepared.
Don't start your stuff.
All right. I'm chilling. Oh, you got a mic. I'm sorry. Everybody
got the cheat code.
You gotta go twice.
Okay.
With a little more volume.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. My name is Iman. I am friend to Ebony from Everyday Melanin Magazine. And I'm just here to, say my piece.
Hey, Iman.
Hey, Iman. Hey, girl, hey.
I feel like that could be the name of a sitcom.
Right,
hey,
Iman.
We can work on that.
All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristin. I'm part of Everyday Melanin Magazine. I'm the music and entertainment lady.
Okay,
and we're going to get this rolling.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. It's lit.
I know we got,
shout out
to
us.
Was I supposed to introduce
You can introduce yourself as well.
Oh, okay. Hey, y'all. It's Ebony of Everyday Melanin Magazine, editor-in-chief. And, I'm just here to get things started, too. But I do want to point out, I realized that with this being episode 123, y'all do know that means love, right?
I know now.
I didn't think about it until you mentioned the episode number. So that's kind of dope that, we're going to have this be right.
Should be aligning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This should just be happening.
But thank you. And
you got one extra fella in the building.
Yes, we got another Melanin brother in the building. Go on let the people know who you are, bro.
What's going on? Got Daniel here, also part of Everyday Magazine, Everyday Melanin Magazine, my fault. My purpose in the magazine is fitness and the cooking part, health, and everything else. So,
shit, I can learn a lot from you. I suck at both of them.
Likes to
I suck
eat.
at both of them. I sleep, I eat. I get tired looking at a week.
So what we like to do is start the episodes off with how our weeks went. But because it's about
Since
8
it's
of
like
us.
12 people here.
Yeah, since it's like 8 of us, we're going to do how our week ends.
How's your weekend going?
How did your week end? Now, keep in mind, we are recording this on Sunday, so some weekends are still going. So, once again, ladies first. How was your week end?
So this is Ebony. My weekend was lit. Mainly because we had our second annual Everyday Melanin Magazine meeting yesterday.
Okay.
So we got a lot done. We spoke about a lot. And other than that, you know, it's still continuing to today with this whole podcast going on. So yeah, like I said, it was lit.
Yes, I'm still here. This
You're
is
not
Brittney.
leaving.
What can I say? My weekend was great. I don't have any children, but my weekend was filled with children. But what can I say? Britt loves the kids.
How was your weekend filled with children?
I babysat all weekend.
Okay.
So
What age we talking babysitting?
my niece and nephew are 3.
Huh? I need a babysitter.
Oh, I actually have a babysitting world. I have a babysitting service. So if you need babysitting, if you need your hair done, you need your child's hair done.
Police don't know where to kick the door.
I'm your chick. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, Brittney Renee, if you need it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But no,
cool.
my weekend was filled with babysitting. I actually took the kids bowling, which was funny
man.
because they've never been bowling in 3-year-olds. So that was interesting. But
Is
my
that
nephew actually rode the strike on his first turn. Interesting.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Nice,
Strike.
nice.
Gifted.
Very.
Hold on. Is bowling in the fee of this daycare? Or do you provide that yourself?
That came from the heart. It was love.
Oh,
so
all
I
right.
paid for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let me get that
But,
registration
I mean,
fee.
if you
Let me
would
get that
like your
registration
child to
form.
go bowling, we'll just include that in the fee for the babysitting. Okay.
Should've said
And then,
that.
of course, I attended the Everyday Melanin meeting for the vision meeting, I should say. We laid out what we're going to do for our next issue and future issues and just being on one accord as a unit and everybody doing their part. So
Dope.
it was great.
Okay. Dope. All right. Iman. Try to get my Luther on a little bit.
My weekend was relaxing. I didn't do anything because the last 2 weekends I was out and about and doing too many things, doing way too much. So I sat at home Friday night watching Love After Lockup. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Don't judge me.
That's a Netflix, right?
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Love after
You gotta
lockup.
explain that.
It is prime trash television, but it follows the journey of people who are just getting out of either prison or jail and their relationship.
Ain't no self-reflection in there?
No.
All right. I just want to know.
No, that is not my ministry nor my calling. Thank you, Jesus. Nope, I don't know nothing about it, and I'm glad to say that.
All right.
But it's about finding love after.
No. They find love while
Don't,
they're
and
in.
then, yeah.
I think I've seen an episode or two.
I got a cousin in the being with a girl right now.
They got a website for them. You know?
Yeah, he lit. Ain't no conjugal visits, but I'm pretty sure he gets some pretty interesting letters.
There needs to be a whole nother episode.
Right.
There's a website for you to love somebody you can't go see. Okay.
Hey man, all right. Inmates need love too, Craig.
I'm just. All right.
That's it. That's all I was.
All right, this is Kristin again. Yeah, my weekend was like my every other weekend. Busy. I rush from one thing to another, but I'm child free like every weekend. Look at God when he do it. And, now I'm here with you fine melanin people.
Dope.
Complain.
Dope.
Weekend was busy as well. Went from track meet to track meet. Coach track as well over in Hopewell. Head track coach. So just going from track meet to track meet. Went from Toms River all the way up to New York yesterday.
You fast?
Me?
You still run? You can run?
I still run. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
And attended the meeting last night. Then woke up this morning, played ball. Now I'm here.
I think my brother can smoke you. No, not him. Hell no. Hell no, not him. What about my other brother?
I mean,
Top heavy niggas can't run.
I know it's not me. He ain't gonna say it like that though.
Like that.
Wait a minute. Like, I
Because
know
you're
you're
the
not
only
talking
other one
about
that's
me.
here.
He got like his face. It went from wait what to wait what like at the same time. It's fine. How was your week, bro? Your weekend, bro?
My weekend. Well, first off, I'm still working overtime. So normally I'm off Fridays, but they've been having us work like since the year started. So Friday I worked overtime, and then I came home, turned on Netflix. Netflix drops exclusive material on Fridays, I've learned. And to my surprise, man, I found this dope show by Kevin Hart where he talked about the Black history, and I watched it by myself. And I said, man, I can't wait. But no, but what I'm saying was, while I'm watching it,
by yourself? Oh, it's just
nah, because my thing is, while I was watching it, I was like, I can't wait to watch this with my two kids. You know, my son's 17, my daughter 15, and I was just like, yo, this is incredible. Of what he actually did, how he played it out, how they, did the sceneries and things like that. So shout out to that show. I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called either. But I
can't remember what it's called. But it just surprised me. Also, because I'm a big Netflix guy, man. I watched the Sam Cooke documentary. That was crazy.
That shit was crazy.
That was crazy. The Sam Cooke joint, because they still don't really know how he died. Right. So it's like a mystery as to what happened. And be honest with you, like I used to just enjoy his music, but not know it was him. So when you listen to A Change Gonna Come, I said, that's Sam Cooke. I just know it's fire. Like I don't really know. I didn't know it was Sam Cooke.
Hold on. How long it took you to find out that was Sam Cooke's song?
Watching the documentary.
Oh man,
and watching him sing it.
I'm ashamed. Bro.
Okay, but you knew it was Sam Cooke, right?
I knew that song was
But
Sam
what did
Cooke,
you know about Sam Cooke?
That's not the conversation. I don't know shit about Sam Cooke.
So what's the
But I
difference?
knew that was him that sung the song.
You know a Sam Cooke sung it, but now you don't know Sam Cooke.
I ain't got to know a nigga to know a song. Oh shit.
You know Sam Cooke sung it, but I know Sam Cooke.
Oh shit, that's Richard Pryor. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. What the fuck I got to do with that? I know a lot of nigga songs on the radio. I don't know who the fuck they are. Don't care either.
But yeah, that was my weekend, man. Just a lot of just a lot of Netflix and sleeping and resting.
All right. Well, my weekend was lit, man. I've been with my son all weekend. I realized how washed I was as a father and as a person. I looked up Friday night and I'm watching Boss Baby on Netflix, and I'm into it. I'm chilling like, damn, yo, how they gonna complete this mission? Damn. And I looked up. I was like, wait a minute, the damn game is on. I was like, hey, sorry, son. It's the Rockets at OKC. It's a good game. You got to do something about that. And once I realized I was washed, I got unwashed like real fast. But just hanging out with him.
That's a good show too.
Man, he controlled the TV
Sure
19 hours of the day.
He wanted to watch the entire day.
All day long.
From 8:30, all right.
I can't have a Pop-Tart or nothing. Like, it's just, you know what pisses me off about my son? I was just thinking about this yesterday. He's 2, right? This is what pisses me off, right? I love sharing with my son, but I don't want to give him all of it every time. So I go give him a little bite of something, and he takes, like, he opens his mouth so wide, he literally bites like half of what I offer. It's like, I didn't intend to give you that much. Now I wish I didn't give you any, because now I'm left with the little.
You gotta break off the pieces. You gotta break off pieces and give it to him.
It was a honey bun. I ain't want to get my hands sticky.
Honey buns
you know
are
what I'm saying?
not the ones you can just.
No, I know that now. This was just last night, and when he did it, I kind of just looked at him like, "You motherfucker!" And he said,
Dead serious.
Took an L.
Kids are assholes.
He gets me every time.
Kids are assholes.
But other than that, just chill weekend, just relaxing, man. I ain't come out the house till like 5 p.m. yesterday, which is really great. And sometimes it's just great to be lazy, and I enjoy the times when I do.
Shoot, you talking about watch? I only came outside yesterday to go get some Tums. I got heartburn. Like I'm washed. Like
I got the acid pills in the crib already. So
I said, you know what? Nah, because what happened was
going away.
I messed up by buying the chewable ones that taste like fruit. So now I'm popping them like candy.
And it messes them up even more.
Popping like
you
candy.
idiot.
Wait a minute. I feel heartburn coming over.
Oh man.
But in reality, I just want some of that.
Heartburn is a motherfucker.
And the red
man.
joints taste delicious.
I forgot I had heartburn issues sometimes, and I went and ordered this bomb ass chicken parm. Oh man, for like 20 minutes I was in heaven, but then like the next hour I was in hell. Complete opposites.
You know you old when you randomly just walk around with Tums in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
So as we talked about our weekends, the magazine that all
You got Tums in your pocket right now?
I don't. I was thinking about bringing it.
He was trying to pass that by.
That was funny. I'm sorry.
You need some?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. It's just funny.
As he sips his
Crack a
Coke.
joke, but
Right.
as soon as we dip off, let me get some of that.
Hey, let me get a Tums.
Let me get a Tums.
I'm good. I'm good. Continue, please.
Oh my God.
So, explain to us before we get into these questions. Explain to us the magazine that you are the chief executive of.
So, Everyday Melanin Magazine is basically a magazine geared towards our community, first and foremost. And it highlights those of color, those of a melanin background, which can be really anybody if you think about it. But we are really focused on trying to give back to the community in certain ways by whether it's having events, networking events, whatever. Also highlighting people in it that is doing their thing. So who knows, we might be interviewing you guys very soon to put you in there. So again, the goal is, the goal is I don't think it's necessary to have an extreme amount of celebrities because you got all those magazines already for the celebrities. Why not make our town or the people in our town a celebrity within,
That's
themselves?
That's a
So while us little people are doing our things, kind of like the magazine is really trying to highlight that. It doesn't matter the age range.
And everyone here plays a part in the role, just like we said with the when the guests introduce themselves. That's pretty dope. I think that's fine.
I think you need a marijuana education section in the magazine.
Health, fitness.
You feel me? You just slice out a like little half page.
That is all about health, fitness as well.
Yeah? Slice out a little half page. I write a little article about the benefits of THC. You know what I mean?
Actually, marijuana is known to help out PTSD.
Yep.
Yeah. And cancer.
And cancer,
Absolutely.
just saying.
Yep. Look at that.
You a marijuana smoker?
I prefer the edibles.
Son, let me tell you
Man.
something. Not to go off board.
Man.
I tasted the edible.
Oh, this.
And I was told to do half.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
you should listen to the instructions.
He didn't do half.
There was instructions on it.
No, when they tell you to eat half, bro.
I think I did. But when you break half,
I don't feel nothing.
So you had a
another
moment.
part. No. But I'm saying
That
try
you
to
kept
try
eating.
to try to break something in half. It's not really going to break in half.
No.
Right.
So I might have got 55%.
Okay.
So a little bit more
You
than half.
needed more.
I don't know how I made it to the store, but I was in Domino's parking lot.
He made a video of himself. Yo,
I was in Domino's parking lot forcing myself to eat a pie.
nigga, yo, when I say this is the funniest shit, right? He showed me the video. He told me this story, and he showed me the video of he recording himself high as hell off this edible in the parking lot of Domino's, forcing himself to eat the pizza. Phone this close to his face, and all you hear is yum, yum, yum.
I had to take my hand. My hand was like, eat the pie, eat it. But I knew I was alert enough that I knew that I had to record. I said, "You got to record it. I'm talking. You got to record it." So I put the phone down. I was like,
Did you eat the pie though? Did you finish the pie? The whole thing?
It felt like a out of body experience.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't
Absolutely.
smoke, so it was your face. It was like, I mean,
Same.
you don't take that
Same.
stuff.
I
so.
thought that
Yeah.
You need a
I
direct
thought that like the
effect to
dead
go
was
to
trying to
the
communicate with me or something. I wasn't talking English. Nothing I was saying. I really wasn't talking. I was like,
Everything slows down.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you didn't eat the other half.
no.
But did you reach for the Tums? Thank God you
Did you
did.
for the Tums?
No.
Asking for a friend.
Now first off,
turn up.
how I
Goddamn
got
rookie.
the Domino's,
Big
I don't know
edibles.
because I just woke up there.
Oh my
I remember ordering what I wanted there, but then when I pulled up, I said, "How did I get here?" And how I got home, I don't know. But the remedy that I used, I just went to sleep. Like, all right, let me just
Best
go to
sleep
sleep.
though.
Huh?
It was the best sleep though.
I don't remember,
I mean, it was good,
Makes it
right?
some good sleep.
That's funny.
but I don't want to discourage any of y'all for edibles. If it works for you, it's not for me.
Goddamn rookie.
Like Domino's
Rookie.
and pie. Check
Yeah.
your Tums.
Ain't
from
nothing
here
like
on
it.
out.
Ain't nothing
Check
like
my
a
Tums.
piece on
Check
you
your
stone.
Tums from here on out. Make sure they're not
Yo,
edible.
that's funny. That's funny.
So with that being said, man, we can get into this roundtable
Edible
discussion.
arrangements.
Ding, ding, ding.
What'd you say?
Edible arrangements.
If somebody out in the world for Valentine's Day gives me an edible arrangement package contained with THC or CBD, come on, man, give me a hug, man. Give me a big ass hug.
Bring it in.
I ain't doing that again. But we could definitely get into this roundtable discussion that we have, and I'm gonna let Ebony
has the questions.
Start this off.
I got it. So the thing is, I'm not going to just, pinpoint who's going to answer. I'm just going to throw the questions randomly out there and just have a discussion.
But how do you answer them? If you
I'm not answering.
Oh,
it ain't about me.
I wasn't privy to that information.
I mean, but if you would like an answer from me, I don't mind.
I'm just going to pose the question back to you.
I figured you will.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm pretty good with that.
But no, the one question that I want to pose is what are y'all thoughts on Valentine's Day though? Because at this point I feel like it's
how long we been together.
That determines what your thoughts are. So if you're together for
3 months, 7 months,
I'll be honest. Me personally, I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day. Not at all. Depends on how big you are on December 25th and what you do with that. To me, it just seems like, man, we just celebrated something together with gifts and love almost a month ago because, it's not really it's not even a full 2 months apart. And it's just like, we just did something like this. And me personally, my anxiety for Valentine's Day, it's the simplest day, one of the simplest days that your woman or your partner could want the simplest thing. But I'm the type to be like,
yes, it's got to be better than the last year.
Got to be better than last year. And with social media, it's got to be better than
what they got.
What they got going on. Like, oh, this guy bought 100-foot bear. Nah. My bear came from
but see, that's what I think is. That's what I was asking. Like, how long we been together? Because shit like that, like years in, you ain't gonna get that big ass teddy bear every year. You might have just pissed me off.
But that's
last week.
Okay, but here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Valentine's Day is not for us though.
But even still, I feel like it's more of a thing. Huh?
I want to hear.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Somebody about to say something? Shit. Okay. All right. I lost what the fuck I was gonna say. I'm lost train of thought. I lost it. But go ahead.
You said that y'all might be arguing. Last week she might have pissed you off.
I mean, it depends. Like it all varies. I think after a while, it is just a day. I mean, it kind of comes to mind when it's around. I mean, you can't help but know it's like Valentine's season and shit. It's promoted everywhere. But for me, it's just a regular day for me. Like if you want to do something, you could. But if you tell me, hey, babe, I don't want to do nothing for Valentine's. Nice, watch Netflix. Oh, cool. I was kind of planning something like that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies, what about you guys? I think it's overrated.
Ooh.
I agree. I do. And I mean, I'm a diehard romantic, but I'm over it, quite frankly. I mean, if it takes you a 365 degree cycle to realize that you love me on one day, to give me a whole bunch of stuff that we ain't got room for. At some point, I'm gonna have to throw it out. I don't like roses; they die by the next day. It's a pointless holiday for me. If you just want to give somebody a card, cool, like a little extra little memento, that's cool. You want to go to dinner, fine. I'd rather Netflix and chill. Hello, Jill Scott. Anyway,
Indeed.
that's kind of my feeling on it. It's a way, and like you said, you just had Christmas, and I'm just like, look, my bills are still rebounding from Christmas.
Yes, right, yes.
Right. Like, baby, what you want? Another pair of Timbs, some sneaks? Like, aren't you walking in the same shoes I just got you? Like,
keep that thought. That's the question that's gonna come later.
That. Yeah.
Keep that thought.
Yeah.
Hey, Iman.
Hey.
What you think?
I mean, typically I have been the bitter chick on Valentine's Day.
Oh shit!
Typically, because I'm the type of person, like if I have feelings for somebody or I love somebody, I'm gonna do for you throughout the year.
Thank you.
All the time. If I see something and it sparks my mind about in regards to you, I'm gonna get it for you. Right. I'm just that type of person, but it always seems on Valentine's Day I always get the short end of the stick. So I've been a little bitter about it.
So you don't.
But it's okay.
So where my little violin at? So you don't get. So you don't get that reciprocation throughout the year as well for Valentine's Day to not seem like that extra emphasis needs to be put on it? So you're saying the love throughout the year ain't reciprocated. So when Valentine's Day comes up, you expect something.
It's like a big reminder that, you know, you've gone another 365 days without being appreciated.
It's like one of those switch and take his friends.
It sounds, oh shit!
That's
like
why I'm single right now.
I'm about to say,
because ain't nobody stepping up to the plate, you know.
Oh, okay. No, say it. Nah, hand that over. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree. If he not showing you love throughout the 365 days of the year, you deserve to be single because you can do bad by your damn self.
Oh yes.
However,
you should leave that nigga on date 364.
My feelings on Valentine's Day,
right.
I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I also feel like you should show your love to your significant other throughout the year. It shouldn't just be that one day where it's like, oh, I have to prove my undying love for you and go out and get me bouquet. Like, don't get me wrong. I love nice things. I'm a woman.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Understood.
if you think of me that day and you decide to do something, awesome. But it's not going to hurt my feelings if you're showing that love to me throughout the rest of the year.
But does it have to at least be acknowledged though? Like if your man don't say shit about Valentine's Day, like ever
Oh no,
at
acknowledge
all,
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't.
Like if I can't just be like, and I wake up the morning like, oh, so what you doing today?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Acknowledge it.
What you doing today?
Say Happy Valentine's Day. I mean, like you said, if you give me a card, if you decide to do something
If it's
at
not
home,
that big of a
honestly,
deal, why you gotta acknowledge it?
I'd rather not. It's not a big deal if you're showing it throughout the year.
Okay.
I'm not going to be with you if you're not showing it throughout the year
Okay.
either. It's not a big thing where I'm saying you have to take me to the most expensive restaurant or you have to buy me all this.
Popeyes is lit.
No, I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat chicken. I mean, but you could cook a meal at home. In all honesty, I'd rather be at home chilling with you with a home cooked meal rather than being in a restaurant where they up the prices for that one day anyway, or you go and get me chocolate. Listen, let's go the day after where the chocolate is marked 35, 50% off. I'm okay. But that's also as long as you're showing your love for me throughout the year. I'm kind of like Iman. If I think of you or I see something, I'm going to be the one to pick it up. I'm not, and I'm also a person, I'm not doing something to get something in return either. I feel like a relationship isn't, people always say a relationship is 50-50. A relationship is 100-100. Everybody got to be giving their all because there's going to be times where everybody isn't on 100. They're going to need you to step in a little bit more.
Man, so what I just got out of that is,
You sure you ain't want to talk to me?
so to spin off what you guys are talking about. So let's say you are getting love 360 odd my days out the year, right? And then Valentine's Day comes around. Are we saying that because we get love every day, whatever happens on that day, let's say they don't want to do anything, they just want to chill, it's accepted because you show me love all year? Right. Or could it be, yeah, you do show me love for 365, but on February 14th, I need you to turn it up a little bit. Do you see what I'm saying? Where some people might think it's just like, okay, yes, you're supposed to, because you're supposed to show your significant other love. So it's not like it's a job you're doing. And then come the holiday, do a little something extra.
I think the status, I think the temperature of your relationship matters a lot at that time, right? If you've been in the doghouse for a couple months, Valentine's Day rolling around, nigga, that's your chance to get out the goddamn doghouse. Right. That's your chance. Hey, babe, you know I made those plans. You know,
Baby, I ran
you know what I'm saying? Right.
Something.
That's when you wake up in the morning like, Happy Valentine's Day, babe. You know what I'm saying? But if you a man and you've been on your game 365 and you do what you're supposed to do without her asking and shit like that, then I think it ain't that big of a deal if you come around, you acknowledge it. But if you don't make a big deal out of it, make a big spectacle, but you do what you're supposed to do 24/7, I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I think a conversation would at least need to be, hey, babe, Valentine's Day is next week. You know, you want to do something? You want to take a trip? You want to do something to eat? No, you do enough. Yeah, we're fine. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a conversation.
We didn't get a chance to ask you about how you felt about Valentine's Day. So what's your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
I think Valentine's Day is a commercial holiday.
Okay.
I think they use it like you guys said just to hike up prices. It's one of those cases where, like you said, if you've been showing love year round, then what do you need one day to be like, oh, babe, I extra love you today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, let's be honest. And like, if you've been doing your job like year round and everything like that, and you guys go out to eat randomly and everything else. You taking her on dates, and
Rubber
stuff
feet
like that.
when y'all watching
randomly.
TV.
Yeah,
what
like
I mean?
then me going out and waiting extra wait time on Valentine's Day don't make no sense.
Right.
It's just more chaos and everything else. So it throws everything off. Then the food come out, food not even cooked right because it's rushed in the back. You know,
done paid all
if
this
you
money.
actually looking at it, yeah,
Now
you paying
you
all this
annoyed.
money,
Or-
now your steak dry.
Your
Right.
food not coming out on time because everybody's in the
Everybody-
restaurant.
Everybody's there.
So now your food is 20 minutes behind schedule. You know
Look,
what I mean?
baby,
So,
you want to go out on the 13th or the 15th? What's up?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
so to spin off what everybody just said, I got another spin off question. So let's just say you aren't doing anything all year. What is it? Because some women might like this and some men might do this. But what is the mind frame? What's going through our minds to think that February 14th, I'm going to make up for everything that I'm not doing? That part, like
Social media.
social media. Because I got to post it.
I gotta post.
I gotta post it, okay.
She gonna post it. You know what I'm saying.
Yo,
I'm about to be back in the
You know
I'm about to
what's
be
crazy?
back in the good graces of her and her friends and everything else because I'm gonna buy her this big bouquet of flowers and
Right,
she gonna
right.
take. You know what I mean? Like I feel like between social media and everything else, it puts people more on edge. and
Everybody
stuff
gonna be at
that
the
to step up.
Poconos.
Exactly. To step up to the plate.
Everybody gonna be at
Meanwhile-
Or in the Dove. What's
Without
that
heart
place called? In the Dove.
Yeah.
In PA. I shouldn't know that.
I don't know anything about what you guys
Meanwhile,
are talking
February
about.
13th.
So I creep. Yeah.
Meanwhile, February 13th, y'all wasn't talking.
Right.
And then February 16th, I got no conversation for you either. It's just like there was a day, and
One
so
day.
that is what it is.
I mean, but it could be that day that you be like, you know what? Let me do this today. So this can be my look. Give me that shit. Did I just take your ass out on the 14th?
Well,
Too much. They get you a little cushion. Christmas just passed.
It does
I just took
give
you
you a
out on.
cushion.
I just took you out on Valentine's Day. What the fuck else? Can I chill?
it gives you a few days. It gives you a few days. Like don't get on
Listen,
my
don't
case.
you want them?
Don't get on my case.
Don't you want them
But
ladies?
if you are one of those people, I'll just finish this off so we can continue on. But I'll just say this: if you are one of those people who haven't done much and you use Valentine's Day as that day, let that be the start of it. Then,
Yes.
then just say, not only am I going to do this on Valentine's Day, but I'm gonna keep this up.
Let
So-
that be your day one. Yes.
Right. Let that be the
Consistent.
start of it. So
Okay. All right.
No, I feel you on that. So getting into the gifts, if you guys, as you already said, you don't, really celebrate it or anything, is what's too much of a gift to give and to get? And is sex a gift? Let's
No.
say you're not, no. Reason being is, let's say, hear me out. Let's say you don't have the opportunity to have it. But let's just say you don't have the opportunity to get it in all the time. So, like, do you make it special for that day, like in a sexual way? You know what I mean? Because you may have kids and you can't.
Take it
Do-
easy. Take it easy. I understand. I understand.
Some frustration going on
That
over there.
frustration that's built up, you gotta release. Just saying.
I understand.
Do people use that day as a day?
Now,
of,
in a scenario like that, that's like
Is that a
perfectly
gift?
fine. If y'all, I wouldn't call it a gift because you're not about to like give me the same pair of sneakers in the same box. And be like, here's your gift. Like, I wore these already. Like, I wore these, but thank you. As a man, sex is always appreciated. I'm not gonna call it a gift. That nigga's gonna take it. We're not gonna call it a gift. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to show love, you know what I'm saying, in the most intimate form. But if we have sex all the time and you don't do shit all day and you just be like, and we have sex at night and you're like, happy Valentine's Day, babe. What the fuck? We did this shit. We've been doing this shit for years. Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? But I don't look at it as a gift. And then as far as gifts, honestly, I just want to chill. Like I like to be taken into consideration who I am as a person, right? So you know who I am. You know what I like. You know how I roll. You don't have to go above and beyond to do nothing extra spectacular. You can get me a beer and put the game on and just let me chill and quiet. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to actually purchase a gift, that's extra appreciated because you took your time to go out and buy something. That's fine, but it's absolutely not a necessity by any stretch at all. Not at all.
Anybody else?
I wouldn't want It's a simple. Well, first off, sex. No, that should never ever be a gift.
Right.
Unless it's y'all first time.
Yeah, if it's your first time,
Very first time.
yeah. But don't think that because you bought something for you to put on. And for me to take off, who said I wanted that? Who said I wanted to?
Exactly.
But be honest,
It's
like,
true, 'cause
don't
not everybody like
right. But
I mean, I wanted it.
No, but
I just didn't ask for it.
But listen, when women do that though,
Yeah.
they're doing it because they're assuming
Yeah.
that he's gonna love this, and even though I might, but that's just not what I wanted on Valentine's Day. So that's that one. Number two, I think women might overthink it as well, like men do, because for me, some fresh socks, some fresh t-shirts, something
Fresh
small,
boxes.
fresh
Man,
boxes.
I'm always taking them. I'm good. Oh, thank you, baby. Yes.
But
It's
then,
just the night.
but then, just like how we talked about how, your Valentine might treat you special on that day, but the rest of the days might be blah. Don't overdo it on Valentine's Day, because in my head, I'm like, well, this ain't how you really are.
Right.
Set the bar too high.
Yeah, just like
Right.
this
Set
is
the bar too high.
this is nice and all, but I know come tomorrow, this
You out
is
here
over
faking
with.
it these days.
And I for Valentine's Day, I would really want the real. Like, don't 24-hour fake me out, because in my head, I'm really going to be like, well, this ain't
Well,
really.
I feel like
this is
people do
bull.
that when in the beginning stages of dating. You got that mask on. That's why I always say.
They send the representative.
Yeah, that's why I always say you want to go out with a joint on her off pay week. Because then she can't really be all uppity. Like, nah, but you in between checks. I know you
He
fucked
really
up.
said the off pay. He said the off pay.
Yeah, you on
I mean,
the off pay week. First date.
I look at it like this. When you're talking about gifts and different things like that, it's about knowing. For me, it's about knowing your partner's love language and stuff like that. So if you know that your partner isn't definitely like into gifts and stuff, then don't give them gifts. Maybe write them a poem or something like that. Words of affirmation, different things like that to show that you do care, instead of just saying, "Oh well, you know what? I bought you this most expensive TV here. This is yours, baby,
Right.
The TV for Valentine's
for today." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For today.
Day, because I'm gonna be on it. Hook my
Watch
Xbox
this TV
up.
all day.
Yeah, you got this for today. The All-Star weekend is Valentine's Day weekend, just so y'all know.
Absolutely.
Oh man, look at that.
Way to add that in.
I'm just saying it's that
true.
way
Not
every
mine.
week, every year
Not
it
my
is.
TV.
Right.
It's all a big ass
Don't buy me a
marketing ploy.
TV and then say I can't watch it because it's in my man cave.
Right.
And it's like, you don't spend time with me. You just bought me
bought me a
a
You just bought me this big screen TV
with the Xbox
didn't
and
want
the
it.
Xbox going with it.
I'm chilling. I thought this is what you
I
wanted.
thought
You
this
got
what
it.
you wanted. You wanted me to have
staying
time
home.
myself.
So like
man,
me,
that's
as
crazy.
for myself, I'm not a real big on gifts person. I never have been. Do I like nice things? Sure, cool, that's fine, whatever. But I can also get those things for myself. I'm more of a time person. That's something you can never get back. That's something that is very precious and undervalued in our society as a whole. So I'm more so like, be like, babe, hop in the car. Like my favorite place, my happy place is Longwood Gardens. I'm a geek, for real.
What's that?
See? Learn something.
I'm trying
It's a
to.
botanical garden out in Kennett Square, PA.
Okay.
And it's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's open. They got wine. I'm just saying. You take me there. It costs like $12 to get in. I don't care. Simple stuff like that. I'm more happy with things like that. Something that, like you said, it's something that's personal to me. Something that a man would know about me that's been any real time with me or whatever. But buy me, I just got you some Gucci boots. I don't give a damn. They racist, right? They do blackface. I don't need that. So I'm not a label person. I'm not a big jewelry person. Like anything I wear, costume boo. I'll be like, yeah, I got this from Walmart for $5. Girl, go get you one. It's not that serious with the stuff. It's literally stuff. But when it gets down to it, when shit go down, you're not going to remember the stuff. You're going to remember the time and the effort and the care and the consideration. And those are the foundations of a real relationship anyway. So
Yeah, because when you get mad, you're like, bitch, fuck that stuff. I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm about to say, because I box it up for you.
Wait, I don't give a smashing it.
February 14th, 2020 will be here in no time.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
That's just my little 2 cents.
I guess to just piggyback off of what Kristin and Danny said about gifts, I guess the biggest thing is to make sure that the gift suits your significant other. I remember watching one of the past episodes of Red Table Talk with Will and Jada. Will was talking about how when they first got together, he was, planning all these extravagant parties, and Jada was not with that. But it was about him. It was about what it looked like for him to be doing these extravagant things for Jada. It was for everybody else. It wasn't for her. So I think that that's very, very important. I mean, that it is what it is.
You shouldn't want nobody that asks for extravagant stuff. No way. Can I do what? That's true. No. I thought I was supposed to do something for you that I wanted to do. Right. Unless that's the life you live. Don't be walking up here pulling up this this ad you saw on Instagram talking about, can you get me this $9 Gucci bag? No. For two reasons. It's Gucci and it's $9. No.
Like me, I tend to see stuff like that when people go out of their way to be extra showy about things, and I'm like, what you do?
Right.
To me, it's you feel the vibe of how just disingenuous it is. Like that's not what that.
That's
really
like when you
is
catch a
for.
nigga apologizing on Facebook. Like, yep.
Doing too much. It's
you
like
posted,
you doing
damn,
too
babe,
much.
you know what? We've been through it all. Yep. You done fucked up. All the time.
Did something.
Yep.
Did something.
Right. So,
I find those funny on myself. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, this nigga fucked. Let me read the comments.
So we spoke slightly a little bit about this. Jarrell, you brought this up with the whole lingerie thing, like something that she would put on that you would take off, so to speak. Like, is anyone like into that anymore? Like, or is it? I almost feel like that was just as commercial as Valentine's Day is to be for a woman to dress, and not to say that it's a wrong thing to want to role play or whatever the case
extremely
is.
stereotypical.
Right.
Of the scenario.
That's what that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, does people still, are they into that?
I never have. First and foremost, I got a lot of body, okay? So it costs a lot to cover this up, and I know you're going to take it right off. So we're not going to spend the money on that. I rather just,
Girls do other stuff. Like, they just make sure they bra and panties match on that
Right,
day. You know
right.
Like,
Especially when I go to sleep.
Simple as that. It's
That's big.
Black bra, black panties. Oh, it's lit.
No lie
They like
there.
that.
No lie.
That's for real.
They should. But if they're like my socks, then maybe not.
I mean, on a regular day, that's probably not going to happen. None of that shit is going to match. Two different socks, panties, bra. Listen, is it coming?
Man yet.
Listen.
You're doing the same thing.
Baby.
Because you're bra and panties.
Yeah.
Baby, is it coming
Facts.
off or not?
Right.
What you talking about?
I don't know. I just have to move them to the side.
They're not even going to remember the
Right.
color. They won't remember the color, I promise you.
No.
I think it's dumb. I think when you're young, you don't know no better.
Yeah.
Because I was one of them dummies that was young and ain't know no better.
Red bra,
Till I
red panties on
realized that
Valentine's
didn't
Day.
even fit me up top. So,
That's a fact. Yeah.
but like now, I mean, I'm single as a dollar bill right now. But now, you gonna get this same here high yellow skin that you see every other day, and you better love on that.
But don't. It's not done right. It's very sexy. Done right, it can be very sexy and it can set a mood. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a necessity. It's not. It don't. You gotta have a certain personality for that. Like you have to be tapped into your sexual side to a different degree. You can't be a 100% goofy person on a regular basis and you like, look, babe. Bitch, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep tonight.
Man, if you don't take that off and bring your ass to bed.
Where those sweatpants at that you wear every day with the grease stain on the kneecap? With the grease stain on the kneecap. I want them. Put them on.
Now you're not into makeup. You got a face full of makeup. Like what? You don't take that off.
All on the pillowcase.
Now you on the pillow, whole face on the pillow, looking like the Scream mask. Yeah, it's all fucked up out here.
Got Pennywise the clown in the bed with you. All types of issues.
Nah, but done right, it can be super dope. But I mean, just
You gotta have a whole move for that.
right. It's got to be a whole move.
You gotta set.
And after a while, it's like, look, nigga, look. Oh, shorty, what's up? Like, you already know where I'm at. Well, you know my favorite three positions. Let's do it.
Just three?
Let's do it. Boom,
Hey,
bang,
niggas in
bing.
their 30s, man. We old.
You ain't lying.
Easily,
I don't know
yes.
how the young boys do it, if they doing anything at all. I don't.
Some nights it's a rocky fight, man.
Jackrabbits, yes. All those the
That's a
jackrabbits.
position? Jackrabbit?
Oh,
No, I mean,
that
right.
that
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
Energizer bunny. Keep going.
Come on, man. Hurry up. I'm going to sleep.
Time. Yeah, I ain't got time.
Right though.
Going to sleep.
Whatever they doing, I know they're not doing it right. There was never no blueprint for the young kids. There's
No,
no
there
way
wasn't.
No blueprint.
they could be doing anything right now.
I mean,
No.
I
Nobody
guess,
sits down and teaches them either. I
I
mean,
mean, don't
is
get me
it
wrong.
weird
I
too?
learned from porn, but I had to,
True.
as you go on,
Yeah, it's different.
you judge yourself. But even now, like, no.
Yeah.
I know for a fact them young boys ain't doing
I'm
it.
definitely not going to discourage any woman from buying or wearing the lingerie for whoever they're wearing it for. Absolutely not. Please, if that's what you're going to do, just do it in the way where it's, you know what I'm saying, it's like a scene or some shit. But you can't do it every night either, because after a while, it's going to become that pair of sweatpants with the grease stain on it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
the same thing.
I'm good with tank tops and the shorts.
Right.
That's why I also said it's a preference for the couple. If he likes it and she likes it and they do that on a daily, that's what works for them.
Right.
But it's a preference for each person.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't give a damn. You're going to get what you get.
Exactly.
And you better hurry up before we actually go to sleep. And don't
not
wait
to-
until I'm getting in
and
the
not
bed
to
to be like,
Right.
yo, I got you. I'm halfway asleep. What the fuck?
Nah,
I was falling
and not
asleep
to
on the
keep-
couch.
Right.
And not to keep this going, because we got more questions to go, but back to the lingerie thing. If you have not purchased lingerie for me on just a Wednesday,
Right.
all of a sudden you think that I'm into this a whole year later.
Right.
It's just like, let's not do that.
Because I'm like, hey, all right, just come clean. Bitch, who is he? 'Cause you doing this shit out the blue now, out of them 3-4 years. Bitch, who is he?
Who is it?
I watch Tyler Perry movies.
Sorry, that was a Michael Jackson song. Sorry. Earlier though, you mentioned something about singles. I got a question. Is there a date for the single crowd?
Yes,
Like,
it's called
what do you
January
call it?
1st to December 31st. Let the church say yay.
God. I knew there was something out there. I just couldn't pinpoint what it was
I think it's
called.
actually a day. It's it's a
day for the
hamburger
jump
day.
offs.
It's a flag day. It's a grandpa's
flag
feet day. Like, it's a whole bunch of days. I'm pretty sure it's like a national singles day.
But
or
you
something
seem really strong in your position on about what you want, and you single when you good with being single. What about the ones when Valentine's Day come around, they're single and they think that they need something just for that time, that day, or that week, just because Valentine's Day is coming? You got the crowd of that nature as well. So
Get them Netflix. And let them chill.
Another Jill Scott moment.
If you can't love yourself, can't
Yeah.
nobody else love you.
there it is.
Take that how you wanna.
There it is.
Take that how you wanna.
Those are facts, though.
And you can do that any day of the week.
Yes, you
I
can.
feel like when you get to that point when you've experienced certain things that you do not want to experience anymore, you're like, again, you're cool with it.
Yeah,
like you're setting
absolutely.
yourself to where you like,
Like, hey,
Nah,
can't nobody come
bro.
over here and fuck with me because I'm good by
Exactly.
myself. Only person that can piss me off is me. You know,
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Ebony and I, she's one of my best friends, so she knows all my damn business. And so she knows I would love to be in a relationship right now. But I'm not going to just take just any old thing just so I can say, oh, I got a date on
Yeah.
Valentine's
Right.
Day. Get the hell out of here.
Post pics on Instagram.
Post
and
pics
shit.
on the social media. We got to.
I'm not even on, ask her. I'm not even on social
she ain't
media
even on it
anymore.
right now.
I've
I
been on a
miss her.
detox for the last 2 months,
miss
and it's
her.
been beautiful.
It is
Stay
a
strong.
beautiful thing.
I still text her stuff though.
Yeah, all my friends still send me
Some
memes
screenshots you
and
gotta just take.
everything.
You be like, oh shit, look at this. Click. You gotta
Send it
you
right
send
on
this
over.
to-
I've
Kristin,
been
look what
tempted
you
every
missed.
now and then, but no, it's been good. But but in talking with people too, like Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, that's become a real problem.
Yes.
And I'm trying to work on myself, make sure that I'm
yeah.
good, so that when I add myself to another person's life, we gonna be
Yeah.
good, and vice versa though. 'Cause so.
And that
Yeah,
takes growth to
Valentine's Day
say.
is
Gems.
nice and it's cool, but I'm not going to just latch on to just any
It's
old
more
thing
than
just
just
to say
that.
I got somebody
Right.
for that day to show off for other people that don't give a damn.
And actually, isn't even the origin of the damn day some bullshit? The tournament.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is
Like the
it?
Valentine's Day massacre. It was about like a massacre of people dying.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it become
Say that-
about love?
Bruh.
They Americanized, just
Wait
like
up,
everything else.
Bruh. It's
I
crazy
just
out
thought
here,
somebody.
man.
I just thought people got killed
Every time-
on Valentine's Day.
No.
But it,
Saint Valentine's Day
Yep,
massacre.
Saint
That was a
Valentine's.
real.
I know,
that was
but
a
I thought
real
Valentine's
thing.
Day came before it, and somebody just
Nah.
died on Valentine's. But not somebody,
Nah.
but people.
Thank you.
Nah, it's some bullshit history. Every time a holiday come up, I look at that shit like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this? You know what I'm saying?
They're not
They be-
going to tell us.
The
Right.
only thing you can really go off of is your birthday. That's like the only real holiday in
That's
life.
the realest
Only
thing.
thing I turn up on.
That's the
Right.
realest
It's my
thing.
birthday.
Every
Yeah.
holiday, once you do the math, Thanksgiving. That was really
They
a
fucked
slaughter.
that one up.
Christmas.
4th of July. Black people
4th of
still
July.
slaves. You know what I'm saying?
Christmas.
Yep.
Columbus Day. President's Day. Like,
Like, you niggas is lying.
All day.
They gave us Martin
You
Luther
niggas
King.
been-
Look, they gave us Martin Luther King because we already know what
King
that
to
is.
you.
You can't fuck that
Nah,
up.
you can't fuck that up. You can't fuck that up.
yeah,
to
that
keep
was
us
throwing
quiet.
that was throwing us a bone. All right.
Right.
MLK Day, but they ain't gonna give us Malcolm X
All
Day.
right, niggas. Listen, you can have your little day, okay? Jesus. Now leave us alone.
Exactly.
Now leave us alone.
Oh, yeah.
Shit crazy, man. What's the next question, Ed?
I don't know. I got so caught up into
Right.
that real quick.
That was a
'cause,
good one.
You know, I it's crazy because I feel like while there's people that are single, while there's people that are dating, while there's people that are married, whatever you may be, finding love, in love, Valentine's Day obviously is what you guys make it to be. And while we were just trying to figure out what exactly Valentine's Day is, like, I'm just sitting back for my answer. I don't have a reason to want to celebrate. I used to, but now it's like
Comes and goes. Just
it
like
comes
any
and
other
goes like
day
a
of the
regular
week.
day.
I think it really depends on your connection with yourself. Because, you know, when you're younger, it's like, oh, he bought me a cute little teddy bear. It's all
Right.
about what everybody else thinks. But as long as you're secure with yourself or in your relationship, like, all that stuff doesn't matter. You know, if you're happy, your spouse is happy, who cares?
I be talking shit about people on the low.
That's going to happen.
At
That's
work.
definitely
I ain't gonna lie, I
happen.
was about to say that too. At work when they get
At
them
work and
flowers,
shit, when the girls be walking through
bitch,
with the
they gonna
balloons.
die anyway.
I'm like, man, that nigga just doing that because he just fucked up last week.
Right.
That's what he doing it for.
Yes.
You could have got that shit at home.
Yes.
Well, no. The women actually like that. Like, they would rather you send it to their job. I don't think the men.
For sure.
I don't think the.
Because it's for show.
Man,
Right.
listen,
So
fuck
it's-
your coworkers, man.
So even
all
if-
of them, every last one of them.
Me an edible arrangement. Let me
Well,
show that
You can
off.
always send me an
Oh
edible
man,
arrangement.
those are lovely. I would like
It's
those.
still
myself.
really about showing off at your job. I think that's what the women want because, like, you can wait till you get home to give it edible arrangements of flowers, but the women, some women, not all, would rather you actually deliver it to their job.
I'm
That's
kind
their
of an
thing.
asshole, so I'll tell her I'll send them
Because-
to her job, and then she won't get them all day, but then she'll come home and them shits will be on the counter.
Quick
No.
story.
You know what I'm saying?
Quick
No.
story. I
said
got
no.
Boom.
some sent to my job. I was geeked up about it, but all the attention that I received, I didn't like it anymore because I'm like, hold up. I know y'all know I'm married and stuff, but I don't need y'all all up in my business. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, he got you this. So how did that? Hold on.
Yeah.
I almost feel like when it comes culturally too, because
Yep. Yep.
I just feel like my business is mine. These flowers are mine. If it wasn't from like my husband and it could have been from like my dad or my mom or whatever, it's still no business to you. But
Right.
again, they assume and they make that assumption to where you're feeling like, oh, I don't like all
Right.
eyes on me anymore. Nope. Don't send them to the house. Look, send them to the house. Put them in my car.
I'm big on that. Yeah, the emotional connections with other people. I don't really like to like flaunt that really. And in certain ways, like it's not a secret, but still like the details of it, nigga.
Yep.
Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah. So that's why I'm more so the person to have the edible arrangements on the counter. As I'm like, I don't have a problem sending them. That's the thing, but that's not my go-to thought. Like when your ass get home, you got what you
But
need.
see, that's the thing, though. It's not for you. It's for her. So whatever she would like, I think that's what you would do. You might be like, I'm not the type to just send gifts to your job. I'm not doing
Well, I
that.
don't need a woman who requires that kind of attention. you need to back the hell up.
She ain't for me.
Relationship is not going that far.
Why you want so much attention at work?
Somebody out there that would be
Because
perfect.
feelings,
Who you want? Why you want that much attention at work? Now when I come up there, everybody gonna be looking at me like, oh, that's the nigga that's doing. You flaunting, talking all this big shit about me. I'm 5'8", 160. You telling niggas I'm 6'3", 220, beefing it all up. I'm like, hey guys, what's up?
feelings
Walking the
will
shit you don't even know.
feelings will get hurt though because you had the edible arrangements or whatever you got waiting at home when you thinking I'm about to kill it. She gonna love this, but in reality, she don't. So you know when she does get home and she sees the gift, she's not gonna fully appreciate what you got.
What I did wrong was that I didn't send them to your job.
You didn't do. And that's going to be the argument that the two won't come to agreements with. It's like, yo, I just look at what I did for you, and she'll come back and say, well, you know, why didn't you mail it to the job? Like she'll be half appreciative, but what she really wanted was for you to send them to the job. And just like what we've been talking about, if I'm giving you a gift, I need to make sure that what I am giving to you is what you want.
Yeah.
I can't give it to you or buy you anything that I think that you would like. I think you're gonna like this. But meanwhile, you've never ever mentioned this ever. Any interest. But I'm gonna
Look at that guitar.
I used to always want one like that. I'm sure she'd like it.
So it's the thought that counts don't work.
No.
Ever or just Valentine's Day? No?
Ever.
I think ever.
Ever.
I think ever. I mean, because honestly, if you're thinking about it, if you're actually paying attention to your partner, then you should know exactly what they want, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like we mentioned earlier, on your birthday, you don't want someone just to do something for you on your birthday, and it's something that you don't want to do yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't offer to take me out to
No
somewhere.
club or some shit.
No club or something when you know I don't go to a
party.
club.
Right.
Oh, well, we got bottle service at the club tonight.
I
ain't want that.
I got bottle service in the house every night.
Exactly.
What's up with you?
Exactly. Like you said, I'm all about
You gotta
saving money and everything else. Like, bottles are a lot cheaper if you buy them from the liquor store.
You gotta talk to your
themselves.
girl like she your nigga sometimes.
Yeah.
Just like, yo, my nigga, what's up with you?
You literally.
Why
have to,
you-
I think
why
for
would you do that
most
shit?
people, you have to break down pricing and stuff. Like, look,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the club and spend over $100 on the same bottle I could buy for 60
and be in the
at
comfort
the
of
liquor
my own
store,
home.
and we could be in the comfort of our own home with the same folks.
Look,
I don't mind if they come by.
here's
We can
my
play the
thing.
music.
We got music, yeah, exactly. I can turn on.
I got my own playlist.
Right, yeah. Absolutely.
Here's my thing. I'm a real picky eater. I don't like to eat a lot of foods that other people might like, right? So if I want to go to Applebee's on my birthday, that's where I want to go.
That's where I want to go.
Some people don't understand that. They think that because
Everything gotta
it's a
be done for
special day,
scopes.
no, you got to try something new.
No, don't go to Applebee's.
No. I want to go to
Waste your
Applebee's.
money. Trying to make me eat something new.
So that's my thing. If I want a strawberry lemonade with a burger and some wings, some fries,
What I want.
that's what I want. I don't want to try something new because I'm turning a year older or it's a holiday. I don't want none of that, especially on days that's supposed to mean something to somebody. Because I know that when I do get the food that I want in my belly, I am the happiest I can be.
Fine.
And another thing about me is
Unzip your pants and lean back.
Yep.
what I won't do
Split.
is spend my money on food that I don't know is going to be fulfilling. I don't know.
Facts.
Who wants to go to a restaurant and spend money just to try something?
Not only that, and wait 40 fucking minutes for it to get there for your plate to be trash. I'm mad as I'm flipping the table.
Disappointed.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna be more hangry and yangry.
Yeah.
By the time the
Hangry
day
and
was over,
yangry.
then I was where we were going. So no.
And then they say, don't eat. I don't want you to eat all day. I got you.
Yep.
And then you
They
get
say-
there.
say your
Stomach
appetite for
growling. Now you got
touching.
Fuck out of
I'm
here.
still stopping at Princess Fried
I'm
Chicken on the
hungry.
way home. 'cause
Right.
I'm still
Please.
hungry. Like,
now you got hunger
Nah,
cramps.
don't do that
just
to
take
me.
me to Cheeseburro's Kitchen.
Don't.
Shout out to Cheeseburro's. Love your food.
That sounds good.
But
right now.
see,
Yeah, I
yeah,
do.
they close at 4. Just saying.
Today?
I shouldn't know that.
Shit,
Like
man.
you feed me something just greasy or something, I'm good. Give me a steak
Oh,
or
man.
something.
Smile on my face.
The time that you spend with the person with the stuff that you're doing would make Valentine's Day, quote unquote. Whatever it is that y'all do in the comfort and while y'all enjoying each other's company, y'all can be with each other eating a bucket of chicken on the couch, watching your favorite series on Netflix. Boom, happy Valentine's Day.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? People just gotta pay attention to what's real and not that artificial shit surrounding what's real going on. You'll get blinded by the real shit.
One more thing, and this is just something that I see happen often. People settle in a relationship to where they are allowing the minimum to happen. And then they think when the holiday does come, in their mind, they expect something huge to jump off. But for the person you're minimizing it for, that person could be like, we've been good doing the least. So when the holiday does come, we're going to do the least. And it pisses that person off because you thought, well, if I settle for the minimum for 364,
Supposed to drop the bomb today.
you're supposed to go all out for me today.
Hammer.
Yeah.
But you'll sit back
Black
and be
Hammer.
like, this is what we've always done. So it's that communication is that part.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't just expect it. You have to communicate that what you're looking forward to or something that you would like to do. You know what I'm saying? But you just can't be silent up until the day, and then when it don't happen, you pissed off about it. You pissed yourself off.
Right.
Yeah, you pissed yourself off.
Gangster.
One thing that I tell my athletes is, your expectations don't meet your work ethic.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask a question about expectations, though. So going forward, like in the relationship, not even just for that day, are you not to expect certain things?
Depends on the relationship, though. It depends on what you guys have already set forth in your relationship. If you guys are already set forth, okay, well, I don't like this, then you should already know that those things are out the window. You know, you can't say, oh, I don't like this, but then turn around and be like, oh, well, I thought you was going to do this. We never talked about it.
Right.
Like, a lot of times, both women and men think that their partner is a mind reader, and that's where a lot of the arguments start. Well,
communication.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Communication is key, but we all have this thing where we assume. We all assume. Yeah. So I'll say, the question, what's the question again?
Basically, are we not to expect?
We should because it's just human nature. But I just think that how you handle the disappointment of it. If you want to start an argument with me because of what you thought, that's a problem. Because if I never said I was going to do it,
and that's when niggas, that's when you now I'm feeling weird because I don't know what you're talking about, but you're looking at me as if I know it precisely as to what you got going on. Because now it's pointless to me. I'm looking at and I'm saying that's another argument when it's up. Wait, I don't feel like you're taking me seriously. I'm really not because it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay to be disappointed, but I don't think you should take it out on the person that you love, especially when it wasn't communicated. It's okay to be like, well, I thought this was going to happen. It didn't. All right.
Disappointment shouldn't lead to disrespect.
Oh, there it is.
Can I get a high five on that one? Let me get that.
I'm here all week.
Let me get that.
I'm here all week. I mean, that's one of those things that honestly, I learned through my last relationship. I was married for about 8 years, divorced 2 now. Look at God.
Get him, Rosie.
Give me Billy. But no, that was one of those growing moments for me too. That whatever internal dialogue I had going on, he don't know that. And then when he doesn't do what I think he should have done, it's wrong for me to then have an attitude and basically be a bitch about it. So. It's communication. You gotta, one thing I did learn very early on, thank God, but, for my own self. But when I did encounter a disappointment, I didn't meet it with disrespect. I learned not to meet it with disrespect because I do have a quick tongue. I can cut deep. And Jesus has worked on me. But,
every Sunday.
But, it was just it turned into, first you got to show appreciation that somebody even gave a damn to do something for you. Like, not everybody even got that level of care about people. So then it turns into a, thanks, babe. I really appreciate it. Kind of like just FYI, kind of going forward, just in the future kind of thing. And then you do more of a guidance after that instead of just being like, well, I don't know what the fuck you did that for. Like that's just wrong.
I got a question.
People ain't got to do shit for you.
How do you let your significant other know that you didn't like what they did for you without disrespecting them? Because although you did appreciate it, it's not what you wanted or anything that you asked for. And when you're in the midst of doing whatever it was that she planned for you or he or she planned for you, that you do appreciate, but it's just not what you wanted to do. How do you handle that situation?
Same thing that Kristin said. Yeah, you just say it in a nice tone.
Right. Yeah, but I say that there's different ways to deliver.
Yeah.
Right, but and everybody's different. So your way of doing it might not be the way that I'm able to communicate. You know what I'm saying, it to her. Or
scenario, and we'll just go off what we've already talked about. Instead of your husband delivering the flowers to the job, but you don't like that. But let's just say you do. Delivering the flowers to your job, they're waiting for you at home. You come home, he's expecting you to be like, you did it, but you don't really like that. So how do you express to him that this is not what you wanted? And vice versa for men. If she picked out this lingerie and she already got it on and she wakes you up out your sleep and you just like
You
this
was
is
dirt
not-
tired. You're like, yo, what the fuck? Man?
It's not even dirt tired, but
Right.
this is not even what I really
not what I
was
wanted,
expecting.
right.
So how do you tell her? So how do we talk to each other in those scenarios?
Role play. Go.
So ladies, y'all come home. So ladies, let's
I got it.
let's say y'all love to get flowers delivered to your job, but he did not. They're home on the table. How are you telling him?
I would tell him, thank you, babe. I appreciate it. Hug, kiss, the whole nine or whatever. And just be like, you know what? I would really like to, if you do it again, I'd like to enjoy them at work. I'd like to see them all day so I can think about you all day. Something like, you stroke the ego, boo.
That just made me feel like the man. I said, you know what? I'm gonna send you them flowers. I'm gonna send my girl them flowers.
I'm ready to say
You have to attack and say, why didn't
about the
you
delivery.
Right,
send them
right.
to my job?
Right.
That right there is gonna.
The verbiage is very
chastising.
important.
As soon as you question why he didn't send them to your job, he's turned off.
Yep.
Right.
That easily
Yep.
because now he feels attacked. He doesn't feel
Yep.
appreciated
shut down
or anything.
Yep.
So he's
Shut
attacked.
So ladies, y'all agree? That's the way you handle it?
I agree. I think that as well as your tone and how you bring forth that thought, timing is everything as well. In the midst of it, let the day pass.
Let it ride.
Enjoy
That's it.
the day. Appreciate him in that moment, and then a day or two, whatever works for y'all. Hey babe, that was cool, but I would prefer if you do it this way. But
Yeah,
something like that. But don't ruin the moment because people put a lot of time and effort into gifts and surprises and all this kind of stuff, and it's like deflating a balloon. It's like,
I found that the way of expressing disappointment is to put it. It's easier for me if I put it on how I feel, and not the person. So if the person did something that I didn't like, I would explain that by saying, this made me feel some type of way because I felt like da 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 da, and not so much saying, why the fuck did you do that? Because I don't like this, that, and the
Right,
third. It's
right,
like
right.
I'm not pushing it, but I'm taking it inside of me, and then I'm making the action that happened. I'm explaining why that made me feel the way that I do. So that if you care, but you gonna fuck shape up. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, then it might be more of the same shit, and then you pay attention to the patterns in between.
Tell your partner. It sounds like you already know the way to tell your partner if she does something a way that you don't like.
Oh yeah, I know. What we doing a show here?
Me personally, I've had something delivered to my job, and I work around some clowns, some goofballs. So I had to hear it.
Oh, Flaw got flowers. Oh,
Right.
the
Not
nigga
really
love
anything.
and shit. Oh.
Right.
So
He said she ain't got no
I
nipples.
So for me, I guess going forward, because it is what like I hold a lot of stuff in. Like I don't really express disappointment or even the good things. So I think I'm consistent. But with that being said, you don't really know, or you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. So be like, yo, don't have anything delivered to my job again. But I just think that it's a way to explain it like you guys said.
Yeah.
For me, it was more of my coworkers, they a-holes, man. Like I don't want to
Yeah,
I don't want to keep hearing that. Everybody coming out.
That's a cover up.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but that's the truth though.
I
I really don't want to
You
hear
don't. But that's the reason you'll tell her not to send them to work instead of saying that you just don't like them.
No. It would have been fine because I don't get stuff delivered to me. We're talking about like women, men doing it for women. But then when women be like, "This is what I'm gonna do because this is what they like,"
Right.
So they'll do it for you, thinking you like it when you never ever asked them to send you anything.
I would be confused as hell walking in. What the fuck? Who sent me this? The fuck?
Right.
that goes back to knowing your spouse though, because like
Tag and shit.
My name.
The fuck is Reginald?
for a situation like that, I would do something more discreet. Like, you don't want them knowing all your stuff. Be like, well, I'll text you and be like, I ordered your favorite lunch from the place down the block. Just go pick it up.
Yeah, do that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me get that cheesesteak, baby.
Right.
Let me get that. You know I like it. Yeah.
I got you the extra sauce and everything.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying?
It's lit. Double dip.
Extra sauce.
Double dipping all day is mine.
It's nothing like them knowing how you like your burger
Yes.
or your platter.
Yeah.
That matters.
Steaks or
That
something.
stuff matters.
I'm still at extra sauce.
I'm still actually 4 o'clock, right? You said they closed 4 o'clock. Half an hour. I ain't gonna make it.
You better call it in.
I mean, overall, I hope this show helps somebody on Valentine's Day to understand their love language and what it is
Right.
that they like to do. Not
I think.
say,
Go on.
oh,
I'm
not
sorry.
saying it's what you are obligated to do, because nobody's obligated to do shit. But at the end of the day, if you feel it in your heart to do something nice for somebody, do it, because it's not just a holiday, but it's a regular day.
I think what people will get out of this episode is, number one, I'm pretty sure anybody listening to the show didn't know where Valentine's Day came from.
Murder and mayhem.
You're
Murder
lying.
and mayhem.
You're lying.
Cold
if
You're lying if
you
you said.
Number two,
Cold blood.
two great things, and it might have been three. Two good things that I took from this episode was, as long as you're solid all year round, the pressure of Valentine's Day, it lessens. But if you in a doghouse or y'all beefing on the 13th,
Use it to your advantage.
And then you really think you got to come through with something just because it's a day, but we're still at odds.
Well, dude, if you beefing on the 13th, you in trouble on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's the song.
Ain't
Yeah, that's the
nothing
song.
there.
Yeah, that's the song.
Hey.
And then side chick,
So might
side
as well
dude
cut
day
your
is the
losses
day
on the
after.
13th. Just break up.
So do you
Save
think,
the money.
So do you think that she's not expecting nothing on Valentine's Day then?
I'm not saying that, but
Okay.
what I'm saying is if you thinking that you about to make it up by buying extravagant things on Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
then you are in trouble, because
That's why I said
everything
save
is
the
already
money.
sold out.
Get the chocolate syrup, brother. It's gonna
By
be a long night.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a long night.
You're gonna have to do some things.
Y'all walk into Walmart or the flower store if you want to on the 13th.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
Go
That's
ahead
another
and walk
faux
into
pas.
Walmart and
Don't
think
wait
that-
till the last day a minute.
Exactly. When you know
Ain't
it
nothing
comes
worse than
the
the
same
afterthought.
time.
Also, I want to
Nothing worse than that.
piggyback something off
Hit that
Eb said.
Exxon. Get
For
your
you, in
Moses.
order for people to know they love language, for them to express to their partner, you got to be comfortable and know yourself first. You know what I'm saying? So you got to spend an ample amount of time with yourself to know the things that you don't do and don't like, and compare who you are now to who you were in your past experiences, and learn yourself and grow from that, so that you can really dictate, or not dictate, you can inform the person that you're with how you like things to be done for you. So if you spend that time with yourself and know yourself better, you'll be able to project your love languages off to your partner better.
And
Exactly.
do better.
Yeah.
One more thing. I said I had a question of my own. Mind if I ask?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what the fuck is you doing too? Don't forget.
In my Facebook group, I posted a question, and it drew a lot of comments from men and women. Like, they were going back and forth.
Yes.
Bad comments.
I was just
good
watching,
comments.
It was good. It was informative. It was just like,
What was it? I missed it.
We're
I must
learning
have been
here.
on one of my days.
I think you were in there.
It's about the
So I
gift.
asked the men, what gift would you want on Valentine's
Oh
Day?
yeah.
A lot of men were saying watches, TVs, things that weren't.
You see his face?
Right.
Like what?
Watches, TVs,
Nigga, what?
anything you could think of that had nothing to do with
But I said,
love.
I said boxers and socks.
Boxers
man.
and socks,
I'm good with
right?
that. T-shirts, Hanes,
Then
tagless.
this young lady chimed in and said, none of these gifts represent love.
No.
And so everybody went back and forth by saying, hey, I want what I want. But if it's Valentine's Day, shouldn't the gifts equal the scenario? Meaning, like, okay, if Valentine's Day is about love, then the gift should mean...
Wait, we just found out it's not, though.
Okay.
No,
Well, we just found that out.
you know what? I'm gonna show my girl I love her on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna pop her in the kneecap one time for the origin of the.
Now,
Love
I've
you,
heard
girl.
what everybody had to say about Valentine's Day.
Right.
So what are your responses to your man or your partner saying, I want a TV, I want Sixer tickets, I want things of that nature to the gift? Are we...
I just said that earlier. Though. You shouldn't want nobody who
That's what he
actually
wants, but
extravagant
is
gifts.
that Valentine's Day?
But it's that Valentine. Like,
I
why?
love him enough to get him what he wants.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I mean,
I guess my thing is this: then why
Paint a
didn't this
red.
man ask for it before Valentine's Day?
Like
Like
was just-
Christmas, right?
Christmas
Christmas
was
was just 2 months
45
ago.
days ago.
Like that's the thing. Like, if you guys are actually openly communicating, then that should have been a date that was set up.
So you mean to tell me I can ask for a TV on February 10th?
No,
or
man.
July 7th?
No. What we saying is
I
Christmas,
mean,
Christmas just
at
passed.
the end of the day, if
Right.
you have that type of relationship
Right.
where it's like, yo, babe, I saw this TV in Walmart that's like
I
X,
know
Y,
you
and
got
Z.
it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If it's that
Like,
kind of thing.
yeah, if it's that type of relationship where you guys are openly communicating, then you should be able to openly
communicate
express.
about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to go to a Sixers game. When
Yeah,
anytime a
randomly
guy drops
through
that
the
type of
years,
hint,
yeah.
hey, I want to go to a Sixers game.
Bitch, look at the ticket.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Look at
Now,
the
if
fucking
you
ticket
don't
price.
look at the tickets, don't be upset when I decide to go to the Sixers game
Right.
without you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Super
Like,
fun.
that turns into one of those situations where it's a difference between hearing and listening.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
in those in those situations, he's openly expressing what he would like to enjoy with you.
I got a question. Which one should we be doing? Should we be hearing or should we be listening?
You should be listening too.
Thank you.
Both.
But I want to finish. So
them.
I want to finish the question though. You said get him whatever it is that he wants.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if he's already expressed what he would like to have as a gift, why would you deviate from that and don't just get somebody what you think they should have?
True.
Okay. Anybody else? What would you do in that scenario? You want the mic?
That shit. She been doing this shit all day, man.
I think it depends on the relationship or the stage of the relationship. If we're in the beginning stages and you're asking me for a TV, I'm gonna look at you like, bruh, I'm sorry, what?
I got a free one in my apartment.
I had a situation
Right.
like that.
I got like a 20-inch.
You was
that
with a
got
nigga for like
DVD
3
player
months and he asked you
connected
for
to
a
it if you want.
50 inch?
It wasn't even a TV. I was with
Damn.
him for like
I need to hear this
a
story.
month and a half. He asked me for an official wrestling belt. Them shits is like
hell no.
$300. I was like,
He asked for a
I
wrestling.
said,
He got one. He got one.
4? Okay. Well, inflation. Okay. This was a little while ago,
Yeah, he
so
got
it was
balls.
probably, yeah. I was
some
like,
brave shit.
he was
bringing
he was
Henny
like, do you love me?
Was he bringing Henny
I
dick?
said, not that much.
Right.
There's not, listen, if I love you like that, that's kind of gift. That's a wedding gift. We getting married.
First of all,
you know,
my nigga, what the fuck you about to do with this $400 belt you asking me for? What you about to go really get into a match?
it don't matter. It don't matter. That doesn't matter.
Don't judge that
on.
man. I got a belt. I love my belt.
This is crazy.
It don't.
That's for Valentine's night.
You haven't seen me take
Nah,
pictures
this
with my belt?
nigga, hold on. This nigga be watching TV with his belt like
I
this.
watch the wrestler come on. I'm on the couch with my belt.
Because you know what?
I kid you
I
not.
can understand that.
That sound like
guys buy football jerseys.
you know what
they
that
put
sound like to me? That sound
I ain't
like
getting on the field.
That sound like some 40-year-old virgin
Okay.
shit. to me.
Do you wear your Packers gear when the Packers play?
I do. Okay. I do. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, it's the same concept,
If
you
y'all
know?
putting your football jerseys on to watch football, I can wear my belt.
Your football jerseys don't cost $400.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Some of them
No,
do.
they don't.
But
Some of them do.
$400.
Some of them do.
$400. You better wear that shit to
But
work.
listen,
Sign.
They don't cost
Talking about what you
$400.
could get on the corner.
but listen,
Me either. They don't cost $400.
but
About
listen.
100,
If something costs $400, don't you want to take it out the bag once in a while?
Yes.
Yo,
Absolutely.
I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
if I got a $400, I'm wearing that shit to the grocery store.
Exactly.
I'm wearing that shit to the
I
movies.
You can wear it wherever you
That
want.
shit is gonna be my real belt. Like I'm putting it in interview pants, all that shit.
Well, listen. You don't remember when I pulled up to the studio
Champion.
with the belt on?
I remember. I'm just pulling
When I
it like,
first
bro.
got
I
it?
know you rocking like a
When I first got
motherfucker,
it,
but
that
I'm
thing
wearing it
was
everywhere
with me. But you can go ahead.
No, I just had a quick side note because it made me think of something. And, when someone is coming up and asking for these types of gifts, if you have not
Red
been
flag.
with them for longer than,
Yeah,
let's say,
definitely
a year,
red flag.
are we attracting those people? Or
Ooh,
is it
Jesus.
just, okay, this
you meet 'em at?
dude or girl is just, you know what I mean? Like,
Met him at the bottle.
Yeah, it's
service.
possible. It's possible because I feel like like I said, I'm the type of person I'll do for if I love you or have
You'll
feelings
do,
for you, I'm gonna
yeah.
do for you.
Above and
So
beyond, yeah.
some guy might look at that and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna get with her so I can just ask her for this and I know that she'll get it for me. So sometimes you can attract people like that, but you just have to be very careful and be mindful and, establish those boundaries in the beginning. Just like I said,
you
we
got
was
rid of
only
them.
together for like a month and a half and I was like, nah, you ain't getting that belt.
I got a question.
You not.
Well, first off, I think you might carry that energy. We all got this energy about us. Like my energy is.
You don't know your energy.
I think I know my energy.
shots fired.
I think I know my energy. I really can't explain it.
I don't
but
know mine.
I
Somebody
just
else
might
might
have
be
that
different.
type of energy, and the energy, or you might have told him, like, yo, one of my exes, I bought him this, I bought him
Oh,
that.
yeah,
and once you say that,
Giving up too much information.
yeah. I'm not saying that you did, but we've all had that conversation.
I bought my ex a BMW. He crashed it. Oh, word, he crashed it. Damn, you still got
And that becomes an
lease?
argument.
He crashed it.
That's true, though. Or even if it's like a bedroom thing, you talking about what you did or do or whatever, they're going to expect you to do the same damn thing when they come pull.
That's why you don't say nothing.
That's true. You don't. You really don't. You got to
You
like
just omit. Just
You gotta
omit
just
shit.
Like, where you learn that? Don't worry about where I learned it at. It's for you, boo. That's for you.
just be like YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube University.
That's funny.
No, but I mean, this is great.
Yeah, that was
man.
actually great, man.
Y'all funny as hell
all
too.
day.
Round two.
Right.
We do.
Round two. After Valentine's Day, how'd y'all make out?
Oh,
Same way I did before.
Ain't no different. Ain't no
That's
different.
what
I treated
telling
myself
him.
like a lady.
That's what I was telling him. Y'all argue on the 13th. Valentine's Day come on the 14th. 15th is side chick, side dude day. So
it's not a lot of room to fuck up in there.
Not at all.
There's not a lot of room to fuck up.
Well, we definitely appreciate this round table, man. It's something beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is the first time
you.
we've done this.
Yeah, it's pretty
Thank
good.
you.
It's really good.
We definitely can do this again. We can keep doing this.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I will
That's
be
like-
here.
It's not
bring the
like
drink.
men and women coming together to have the conversations that we actually need to have.
Yes.
So
what I'm saying?
necessary.
Like, you know how
So
many,
necessary.
and I can't speak for all of y'all, but you know how many relationships I've ruined just because I just didn't know? Maybe just don't know. Yeah. I like you though, but I just don't know.
But at the same time, it's that they don't know.
They don't know. I don't know.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
don't know.
Like you were saying earlier, if you don't know your own love language, how can you expect somebody else to know your love
Absolutely.
language?
You don't realize that your love language can change.
It can change
That-
as you
absolutely.
get older, as you mature and everything else.
Periodically.
It's a lot of self-evaluation and reflection that goes into all of that shit, as well as, you know what I'm saying, being in a relationship. So it's not as one-sided as people make it. It's not as just the couple aspects that people make it seem. If you a fucked up person, then you gonna be in a fucked up relationship.
Yes,
Pretty much
yes.
it.
Like you said, that's the energy that you're putting out there.
Right. That's pretty much it. We got the fuck is you doing on deck?
My bad, I do. So at this time, y'all can relax. At the end of the episode, my brother does fuck is you doing to somebody who's done something dumb.
And I just want to ask niggas what the fuck is they doing. Can I please be blessed by the smooth sounds of JJ Icefish, please?
They can't hear. They got the headphones on.
Bitch ass nigga, fuck what you doing? Fuck what you proving? Fuck what you doing? Bitch ass nigga, fuck what you doing?
JJ Icefish, y'all.
Fuck what you proving? Fuck what you doing? Bitch ass nigga, fuck what you doing?
It went off?
Yeah.
All right. Podcast Brothers, episode 123. What's today's date? February 10th. Damn. Go Lakers. Play Sixers tonight. Anyway. Okay. So as I think we all know here that there's been some controversy with the fashion design label known as Gucci and Prada as well. They have taken it upon themselves to produce some articles of clothing that represent a pretty racist portrait of what African Americans were depicted as, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. The blackface. They made it into like a sweater face mask, whatever the fuck that shit is. It's like a turtleneck, and when you pull it all the way up, it has like the red lips over it, whatever. It's, you know, it's fucking racist. So, you know, when these things come up, social media is aflame. Everybody's talking, everybody's putting in their opinions and shit like that. Well, I have a relative who decided to input his 2 cents on the situation because he's a fan of the label. So his Facebook status says, stupid motherfucker. His Facebook status says, basically y'all comparing apples to oranges. Facebook, y'all compare apples to oranges. A $300 belt that we're spending doesn't equate to the $22,000 outfit or wardrobe that they're buying. Bro, but you still contributing $300. Like, you might as well just take $300 out your pocket and hand it to a racist white man. Like, that's what I feel like you're doing. And for you to try to justify it by explaining it or saying that you only spend $300 as opposed to $20, bro, I can get like 3 outfits for $300. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna buy this belt that the leather's gonna tear on anyway in a couple of months, especially if you wear it every day. Not that I would know because I didn't have any Gucci belts, but I'm just saying it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty stupid of you. So I told him, yo, like, you're still contributing $300 though, regardless. And if they are, well, no, it's not if, they are promoting what was depicted to be black people in a very, very racist time in this country, and you basically defending why you're spending money with racist people. It's fucking stupid. Just don't say nothing next time. Or just be bold about it. You know what? That was bullshit, but I'm still going to wear it because I like it. But just don't try to justify your ignorance by saying I only spend $300. Because the last time I checked, I could spend a whole bunch of shit on $300 fucking dollars, bro. I want to know straight up, what the fuck is you doing? I'm only spending $300 on the belt. And also, I'm pretty sure it's more people spending $300 on accessories than there are people actually buying flat out $22,000 outfits. Like, I'm pretty sure the population or their revenue is taken in by people buying pieces, a scarf, some socks, some shoes, a belt, or whatever like that, than somebody actually going to the store and saying, you know what, let me get that whole mannequin. Like, I don't know too many people walking to the Gucci store buying a whole goddamn mannequin. So that's what it is.
This was episode 123, and I think I might name this episode the Valentine's Day Massacre.
Ooh, I like that. I
Name
like
it that
that
episode, man.
Valentine's Day Massacre.
Name it the Valentine's Day Massacre. So did y'all have a good time? How was it? Make sure y'all turn the mics on.
No, this was great.
No, that was fun.
I enjoyed it.
I know.
Somebody that want to talk, right?
Right.
I'm glad. Yeah, I appreciate
That's
all
all
y'all
we
being here, man. We've been doing this for like
thank you for
going on
having us.
3 years now.
This is our third
You know what
calendar
I'm saying?
year.
So,
June
yeah.
will make 3 years of us doing the podcast.
Yeah, and this is the first time we.
Awesome.
Yep, and we
Yep.
started in June. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
We appreciate you. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you, man.
So yeah, man, we have a lot of fun doing this. It's the first time we had this many people on in a setting and format like this. So shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for adding y'all dope content.
Us, for
Super
real.
facts.
Everyday Melanin Magazine appreciates y'all, and like I said, I just hope we can do this again.
One more thing.
Round two.
Tell the people where they can get a copy of Everyday Melanin Magazine.
So as of right now, the one issue that is still available, they can go to everydaymelaninmagazine.com to get that. Another one will be following, and we'll continue on with the spring
There it
and
is.
the summer issues.
Okay.
And we got some surprises, so y'all might want to go pick that up.
All
I mean,
right.
it'd be
All right.
great once it starts, being in bookstores and
Yeah.
stores on the side. Oh, I know it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
I
Trust
know
the
it's
process.
coming.
You know it's coming.
Oh, absolutely.
Trust the process.
But as of right now, they can get it through the website, and there's links to push you.
Y'all
guys
heard it. Y'all got social medias y'all want to throw out there?
every day.
Once I get back on.
Start with Kristin.
Start with you as your man.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyday_Melanin, MELANIN_magazine. That is on Instagram. And again, I already said the website, but I don't want to give my personal, so that's all y'all need.
Cool.
For anybody that needs a babysitter, you can find me on Instagram at Brittney_Janay. That's spelled BRITTNEY_JANAI. And I'm also on Facebook under the same name.
Nice.
There it is.
Anybody else?
Hey, Iman.
Hey. Hey, Iman.
I feel like Queen Latifah should do your theme song.
How you feeling? What? How you feeling?
We might have to do that. We
Right.
might have to do that. I'll sing on the hook. It's all good. We got
She's
it.
a singer.
You can sing?
I
Iman, we've been sitting here
can.
talking for 2 hours. I don't know you can sing.
So we skipped that whole part.
Skip the whole part.
I can sing.
Nobody asked. I
She
No.
ain't sing this weekend, so that was the
You know what it is?
Humble brag,
We started talking about social media, and she like, wait a minute, let me let these niggas know I can sing, so they really go check my shit out. Go on, let them know where they can find you, girl. Stop playing.
You can follow me at MISS_ERENEE.
What the hell that spell? I'm sorry.
What's crazy is I wanted to say MISSIS.
I was thinking the same thing, yo. I swear to God. That's what's up, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, you got anything else you want to add towards the end there, broski?
Anybody else want to shout themselves out at the end of the episode?
I don't have social media.
Okay. I wish I didn't have social media, but
Yeah.
this podcast got to get promoted some way.
I'm already poisoned. Fuck it. I'm going down with the shit.
Not to have.
But y'all can follow my business page, not my personal.
There we go.
I got everything locked down solid. But you can follow me at Coup d'etat is KUDETAT _LLC. It's a little side hustle. Everybody
official.
gotta have one. Look
Yeah.
at God.
Yes.
Text me.
A lot of
text me
shout
all
outs to
those
God.
links, and I'll have it
absolutely.
in
He
the show
deserves it.
notes, so people just click it.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
you.
Because I'll be honest with you, ain't nobody gonna.
Remember,
Not at
They're not
all.
gonna-
Not at all.
their attention
nobody
span
writing it
is
down.
Or keep an eye
not.
out for my concerts and events at mercercountyparks.org.
Oh yes, man.
MercyCountyPark.org. There you go.
And this was episode 123 of the podcast,
Love.
brothers. The Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah. Facts.
Peace out.
Dudes.
Deuce.